2 people are dead after storms hit New England. We have the latest on that severe weather.
Plus, it's all finally coming to an end. We tell you what's next in the trial for Colorado theater shooter James Holmes.
And it is a big day for Dominion Power and local landowners as they get ready to face off in court.
Anytime, anywhere, award-winning coverage you can count on. This is ABC 13 News. Good morning, Virginia.
Good morning, Virginia. It is Monday, August 6th, 2015. I'm Patty Martin.
And I'm Brittany Tedder. Thanks so much for starting your day with us.
Well, today we are talking more about storm damage, this time in New England.
That's right, Patty. Powerful winds knocked over a circus tent, killing 2 people and injuring dozens more. Bazi Kanani reports.
It was terrifying.
A circus tent shredded.
He lost his ring in the sand at Myrtle Beach. Now a retired Richmond police officer has it back. Earlier this week, a woman found the ring in the sand while running on the beach. Cecil Glunt says he's been wearing the ring since he retired in 1979 until his family vacation.
I took it off because I was going in the water.
The woman who found the ring called the Richmond Police Department, and before Cecil knew it, social media had taken over. He said he plans on sending the woman who found the ring a nice thank you package.
Well, 1 in 68 children in our nation has autism. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
But experts say man's best friend has proven to help those kids lead normal lives. Now a local mother is on a mission to get a therapy dog for her daughter. Tola Adamson reports.
That's Emily Furr.
Soon, locking the liquor cabinet may not be enough to keep kids from getting drunk. Freeze-dried liquors like rum and vodka are a new concept companies plan on rolling out in the coming weeks. These are powdered alcohol products, meaning you just add water and you've got a drink, which means these bags may be easier to hide, transport, and even overdose on. At least 20 states so far have banned powdered alcohol. Virginia is one of those states. Patty, it's just crazy to think about how alcohol can be powdered and how much water do you add? If you add 20 ounces, do you get 20 ounces of alcohol?
Yeah, I was going to say, how drunk do you get? How much do you have to add? It's kind of like Kool-Aid. It just seems a little too easy, and yeah, I can see the concern.
Dangerous for kids and for parents to keep track of that.
Absolutely.
Well, here's some interesting news. Starbucks is going organic. Sort of. Starbucks is changing the recipe of its very popular pumpkin spice latte, and it's adding real pumpkin. When the drink debuts this year, it'll have real pumpkin and no caramel coloring. The change follows demands from customers for more wholesome ingredients. However, the nutrition facts will stay largely the same. So you get the real pumpkin, but the nutrition is still not going to be very good on that. I wonder if it'll affect the taste at all.
Well, I would think it would make it better.
I would hope so.
I mean,
that's my favorite fall drink.
I don't drink, coffee or anything like that. But to me, if it's real, it's going to be better.
That's true. I guess that's one of the things we'll have to wait and see and find out. Well, speaking of fall, school's back in session. Pediatric experts say 15 to 20% of school-age children have vision problems that can be missed during a routine screening. As thousands of kids in our area head back to the classroom this week, one local doctor has a message about the importance vision plays in your child's ability to learn. Whitney Delbridge has the story.
Can you hold that, sweetie, over your left eye for me?
Anderson says a full eye exam should check a child's distance vision, their ability to see up close, their eye tracking skills, and the eye's ability to work together.
The animal had its head stuck in a yogurt container. Now, when the officer carefully pulls the cup off the skunk's head, he had to jump out of the way as the unhappy skunk tried to spray him. Now, fortunately, the skunk is young and doesn't have his stinky powers fully developed, and that is a very nice officer to do that.
It was very nice. I don't know if I would be brave enough to do that because judging by skunks, I don't know how old they are, and I'd be afraid that I'd get sprayed.
Yeah, well, I've had dogs sprayed by them. You don't want to be around it at all.
Some Lynchburg kids are getting a taste of what it takes to be a pro football player this week. The Washington Redskins Kids Camp is going on this week at Lynchburg College. The camp educates boys and girls 6 through 13 about sportsmanship and the skills needed to get better at football. Former LC basketball star Chris Wellen helped bring the camp to Lynchburg and says it's been a great experience for him as well.
Well, we are coming up on a big weekend for shoppers across the state. Tax-free weekend kicks off Friday, but this year there's a twist.
That's right, Patty. Virginia is combining all of its annual tax breaks into one weekend. This includes school supplies, hurricane preparedness item, and Energy Star products. Whitney Delbridge reports.
For 12-year-old Caroline Newcomb.
Still to come on Good Morning Virginia, a youth basketball team in Charlottesville isn't being allowed to play in the national championship tournament this weekend. We're going to tell you the reason and look at the support that's growing for the team.
And it's cooling off a little bit out there with temperatures in the 80s today and a chance of rain in the afternoon. Melissa's going to have the full forecast after the break.
Anytime, anywhere, award-winning coverage you can count on. This is ABC 13 News. Good morning, Virginia.
Appomattox town officials are trying to figure out how water bills for the entire town got lost in the mail.
They believe the bills were misplaced en route from a postal distribution center in Greensboro. Now it forced the town to keep their cool and do a lot of reprinting. Dave Walls reports.
It was last week I got the bill and it did say a little memo at the bottom said this is a...
Town officials are extending the deadline to pay the water bills this month by 1 week. Stacey Wilkes tells us she's never seen an issue like this in all her years there and hopes it doesn't happen again. Police are still searching for the person who shot and killed a Navy sailor in Virginia Beach. Investigators say this happened Saturday night. Now the trees hold crosses and a sailor hat. On the night of the shooting, neighbors say they heard one gunshot. When they came outside, Brandon Haith of Georgia was lying in the middle of the street, shot in the head. Some say he was fighting to survive. But when medics got there, it was too late. Police say Haith had already passed away. The Navy said Haith was stationed in Norfolk on the USS San Antonio.
Well, nearly 2 weeks after the Danville City Council banned the Confederate flag from city flagpoles, one group is working to keep it flying. The Virginia Flaggers raised a second highly visible Confederate flag in the city.
Susan Hathaway of the Virginia Flaggers tells us these flags are pushbacks for the council's decision to remove the flag at the Danville Museum.
If that flag comes down, 100 more will rise to take its place.
Hathaway tells ABC 13 the group already has 4 more sites selected and the flags will go up at those sites in the next couple of weeks.
Now, she didn't give their location, but promises they will be in prominent areas of the city. Family, friends, and loved ones finally got a chance to say goodbye to the victims of a terrible tragedy.
That's true, Patty. A funeral was held yesterday for 8 family members, including 6 children killed in Houston, Texas. Tracy Clemens reports.
The 8 lives celebrated were far from perfect.
Now here's a look at the most viewed news stories this morning on WSET.com. The Virginia Flaggers raised a second highly visible Confederate flag in Danville following City Council's decision to ban it from city flagpoles. Also, many of you are logging on to read about the 1,000 Appomattox water bills that went missing in the mail. And investigators are taking a new approach to solve the murders of the Short family. Be sure to log on to WSET.com, your source for ABC 13 News anytime.
Coming up in the next half hour of Good Morning Virginia, Lynchburg police will hold a press conference today to give an update on the deadly shooting of a teenager this past weekend.
And the first day of school did not go smoothly for some parents and students in our area. What we found out about some bus problems in Campbell County. 5 families in Nelson County are preparing to face Dominion Power in court today over the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. The lawsuit was filed last fall. The landowners say Virginia law that allows surveyors to enter their property without permission is unconstitutional. Dominion is expected to ask the federal court judge to dismiss the suit. Attorney Neil Walters says the confusion of what surveying actually means is a big sticking point.
Surveying can mean all different kinds of things.
Dominion says they believe the state's surveying laws do not violate the Constitution. And the Dog Days of Summer had a new meaning over the weekend as these dogs hit the beach for a surfing competition. Pups participated in the 10th annual Unleashed by Petco Surf Dog competition on Saturday in Imperial Beach, California. Dogs and their owners hit the waves to compete in several categories. Proceeds benefited the San Diego Humane Society.
Well,